Welcome to the DHBXS show. If you're a new listener, then you need to know that this is not our main show. Go to your podcast feed and go back and check out the DHB radio show to see what we're all about. What this is extra chunks of things that might tickle your fancy, but didn't make their way onto the regular show. So with that said, let's get on with the DHBX. Hello there, folks, and welcome to what we like to call the most, or some people call a big steaming pile of shit, but I like to call the DHBXS show. It's a show that we do that we can't record regular shows. We'll get together. In fact, we won't get together. It's just me in front of a microphone recording what I call an XS show, where we give you little bits of tits and tidbits that don't make the regular show. Now, first of all, I need to start with an apology as to why we've had no regular shows. So here in Scotland, of course, it is the school holidays time, so everyone, has their kids and, everyone's busy because let's face it, school holidays come when you're a kid were magnificent. These days, though, as a grown-up, are an absolute crock of bullshit because you have to find things to entertain your kids. Now, you've got 6 weeks of having these little crotch rocket bastards around your feet, and that's why we can't get together to do a show, because we're so busy trying to entertain these unthankful little cock shits, right? And what's worse is you try and take them out to do experiences. Now, you're probably like me. You're probably an old bitter man who's overweight and bald and hates life. You're probably the same as me, where as a kid, the extent of your summer holidays was, like with your parents, was maybe, just maybe, you got to drive to a beach somewhere briefly. You'd go in and get your knitted fucking, swimming shorts completely soaked through so they hung down off you like a cardigan. And that would be the extent of it. And then the rest of the time, it'd be a case of, right, entertain yourself. Here's like some cheese. Here's a jammy piece. Go outside. I don't want to see you until it gets dark. And of course, midsummer, that could be fucking 10:30 at night. But they didn't care, as long as they're out of their fucking hair. But nowadays, though, we have to be a bit more PC and respectful, a bit more careful. So we can't bung our kids outside. If we do, we have to attach GPS things to them, devices, taggers, watches. We had to buy a watch for our oldest son, Angus. Now, he is 7, coming 8 very soon. And we now have a GPS watch, because obviously we all panic because, the world's filled full of pedophiles and child murderers and sex traffickers and Pizzagate and all that kind of bullshit, and allegedly. And, he's outside. Now, this watch, though, is amazing because we can track down his exact location, and we can tune in with a microphone through our phones to exactly what he's saying. When we tune in, we can take photographs with his phone, so depending on what angle his wrist's at, we can see what he's doing, all this kind of cool things, which I fucking love. I'm a nosy bastard, right? We can hear what his friends are saying, and let me tell you, 7-year-old boys, when they think they're unmonitored, they say some horrible things. Like, I remember being that age and scared to ask for a jammy piece. I was that age answering a phone box. There used to be a phone box. Okay, this is maybe going too far, but when I was a kid, when I'd be staying with my grandparents' house, and there was a phone box on the corner of the play park right beside my grandparents' house, and it used to ring occasionally. And now, if there was kids in the play park, including myself, the phone would ring, and we'd go down and answer it, and it'd be like a voice saying, "Hello." Of course, you're a kid going, "Hello, who's this?" And I had the same voice, of course, back then as I do now. Hello. And, you'd answer it, "Hello." And, "Oh, hello. Are you having fun today?" And you're like, "Yep, having great fun." Completely oblivious to what's going on. "Yep, having great fun. What a day. Oh, we've been out playing football. We kicked a football into like into Silent Charlie's garden. He came out with a knife and stabbed it. We'd been on the slide. Fraser fell off and busted his arsehole bone on the slide. And this guy would be like asking things like, so are you all sweaty? Have you been playing long? Oh, you might have to go home for a shower. What do you use in the shower? This kind of stuff. Now, of course, at that age, we had no idea what was going on. And then he would say things like, oh, you look very handsome in your double-breasted pink fucking maisonette, your double-breasted jacket. And which meant he was nearby and he could see us in this phone box. And it turns out it was probably a dirty old man. In hindsight, of course, because the man was never caught. But we did tell our parents. But back then, the parents didn't care. These days, if you told a parent there's a strange man phoning a phone box while the kids are playing and asking us, if we're sweaty, then there'd be police, there'd be, investigative forces, there'd be the fire brigade, there'd be gang mobs outside their homes with flaming torches and pitchforks. Back then, it was like, okay, well, just don't answer the phone again, and here's a jammy piece. Now get the fuck back outside. It's still daylight outside, and you're not bleeding yet, so go outside. That was kind of how it went. And so, but this genuinely happened. Like, there's got to be somebody who's a listener who was one of my friends in Spring Park in Thurso back in the day, who remembers on Oldfield Terrace in Spring Park in Thurso, a phone box. Go on Google Maps right now. If you're listening to this show, go on Google Maps right now, and you will see. Go to Oldfield Terrace in Thurso, and you'll find a park in the middle of that terrace. And there should be. It may be gone now, for all I know, but there was. If you see the park on the bottom left corner, right beside the road, there was a phone box there. And that was the one he phoned to ask us how we were doing as kids, dirty old Manny. So, of course, these days now, our kids are GPS tagged and we can monitor their every fucking movement. I can see where he goes, who he speaks to, what he does, what he hears, what he says. I've got the whole shit locked down. So, yeah, but even having them out the house, like, I remember as a kid being kicked out the house and been out from like morning, nip back in for a feed maybe lunchtime, and not seen them again till like damn near bedtime, and nobody cared. But this little bastard, he's back in every 20 minutes. Oh, can I get a sweetie? Can I get this on board? Can I watch YouTube videos? Can I come in? Can I come in and play games? We've completely spoiled the kids with all this bullshit, And this again sounds like me being an old man ranting. But I remember we had no kids' TV back in the day. You had 4 channels. Well, 3 for a while, and then eventually 4, because I'm that old. And you got maybe some kids' TV in the early, after school, and that was it. That was your lot for the day. Unless you had a VHS player, you were fucked. Kids these days, though, with Netflix and all that bullshit, I cannot tell you how often I've had to sit in my fucking home on my big 70-inch plus TV and have to suffer complete days of watching like the animated Teen Titans show over and over again. Horrible Henry. I've got to watch that bullshit. And occasionally, if Ruby gets her way, she's the youngest one, she's like just turned 4, she's mad for probably the most hated thing on the internet, for me anyway. My most despised show on the internet is fucking Ryan. You guys, on hearing his voice, there's many of you out there who are parents who upon hearing that voice will go, oh, you fucking bastard. He's a little Asian kid called Ryan. He started off doing Ryan's toys reviews, which weren't even him reviewing toys. It was just him being a dickhead playing with toys. And now it's moved on to his fame-hungry parents now are part of it. You've got the Kaiju family. So they've all... Kaiju or Kaji? No, they're not massive fucking lizards or animals or monsters. No, the Kaji family. So not Kaiju. Kaiji family. And they all now go on screen. There's Luan, who's the mother, who's probably got the most annoying voice on the goddamn planet. You've got Ryan, of course, the star of the show, who doesn't seem to have aged in about the last 10 years. You've got his 2 twin young sisters, Emma and Kate, who are bonny wee bairns, but fucking super annoying. You've got spin-offs. You've got cartoons of these guys. Every episode is them selling merchandise of, oh, here's a new Ryan, bullshit detector. You push a button and it goes bing, and that's your bullshit. It's all this fucking shite, them playing in their massive multi-millionaire pound dollar home in their pool, just having the greatest lives because we pay for fucking everything they do, because all they do is make videos. They don't even make videos anymore. They record the shit themselves. They pass it on to their massive production teams in like dedicated studios who put it all together and put on sound effects and animated little fucking cartoon cunts that get involved with it too. It's the fucking worst TV, and the voices go right through me. Like, they really burn my soul. But I'm stuck on the sofa under a 4-year-old who's clinging to me for dear life because, God forbid, I'm allowed to not be touched for 10 minutes while she consumes this shit on the TV. And if I use my phone to like distract myself from the horror on TV, then I'm the worst guy in the world. I have to put the phone down and I have to engage in this Ryan pish, and it is the worst thing. And it gets worse. I'm sorry, I want to fucking rant here, but I'm going to keep going because summer breaks, right? Everything's fucked. Our cost of living's fucked. My mortgage has jumped by a good whack of cash. I am struggling. We're getting by, but we're not the best, right? We've got massive mortgage increases. We've got energy increases. All the shops are charging more. I took the kids, right? There's a cafe. There's a fucking local cafe, right? I'm not going to name the place because actually it's quite lovely. It's a lovely wee place. It's a great wee place, in fact. Lovely staff there, lovely place. But we went there with the 2 kids. Now, only me and the 2 kids. Mummy's working. I'll take the 2 kids out for a wee, lunch date. We'll go out for a wee kind of walk around. Went to this place, right? And I ordered 2 kids' buckets. Now, I don't know if you've seen these kids' buckets. It's basically like you go into a place and say, right, your set price is, say, £5-6. They give you a small bucket and you can put 6 items in this bucket from a display case of all the cheapest Aldi pish they could find. There might be 3 individual crackers, foil wrapped. There might be a small chocolate muffin. There might be a couple of cakes, small cakes, of course, tiny things that you can inhale rather than chew if you wanted to. There will be like a froob, a couple of froobs in there too. That's a great word, isn't it? Froobs. A couple of froobs in there too. So really, you're paying like £5, £6 for this bucket that isn't has maybe like £1 worth of contents in it. But okay, that's fine. I don't grudge it. That's cool, right? So we've got them their buckets each. We've got them their juices and their waters each. That's fine. I'm having a coffee. The coffee comes, right? I'm like, give me a large latte. I like a wee large latte. A wee large latte? Give me a large latte. And it comes in what can only be described as a glass trombone. So, the base, you've got the wide base, kind of like a wine glass, and then you've got this narrow fucking thing that goes up to a tapered out point, like a trombone, basically, with your coffee in there. And then you get a stupid ass long spoon that's supposed to use to go in there and stir in any sugar or any kind of bullshit you want to. But these things are designed so that when you set them down on your table, with your kids consuming their buckets of bullshit, is that any motion in this sugary table is going to spill out your coffee over the goddamn place and all over the table. So this is your expensive, probably £5 coffee, just getting wankered everywhere because your kids can't sit still like regular fucking human beings. So we've gone there. I've had my coffee. We've had our buckets. We have a couple of cakes at the end. We'll buy a cake as well for mummy. A small kind of, not a cake, a fancy piece. Like a small, like a 2-inch by 2-inch kind of square of like millionaire shortbread or whatever bullshit they give you. Right? So we've got these things as well too. And you pay the bill, and the bill comes to, it comes to like fucking 30 quid. You're like, how have I spent 30 quid to give the 2 kids a mediocre lunch and myself a half-spilled coffee? So, and then you tally it up. You're like, daily I'm taking kids out to do things, activities, because, I'm supposed to be like a fucking, great parent who does all this bullshit all the time. Like the Instagrams, you're always out doing things. Oh, look at me and the kids, we're out on the beach. Oh, look at me and the kids, we're on this inflatable castle. Oh, look at me and the kids, we're doing things. And you're like, where do you find the money and the energy and the time? I just want to be can we just put them in the house, right? And let them watch some TV. You know what, go watch Ryan. It's not going to cost me fuck all for you to sit and watch Ryan, for fuck's sake. Where's the money coming from? So summer holidays are completely wrecking my budget And everybody else in the show who's involved, who's got kids. You've got Steve out, he's got kids, of course. Maynard, who probably has a swarm of kids. You know, he keeps it very quiet, but you've got to think that man's a legendary shagger. He's going to have kids he's got holes in every area code. You know what I'm saying? Coops, she, in her younger days was getting railed so badly. There's probably kids pumped out everywhere she didn't even know about. Probably pumped out kids in her sleep, because that thing was like a axe wound in a gorilla's back. So, with there's no money left, there's no money to do fuck all. So we haven't been able to get a show together. We haven't been able to get together, do a show. Poor Lurch, he's been burned out. He's been grafting away at his business, trying to get his website going, his deliveries going. My voice, as you can hear, is pretty fucked up because having kids, you pick up every bastard and bug that goes around. So I'm sitting here sounding like some kind of, like that man, phone in the phone box. Hello, kids. What are you hearing? What? What colour's your pants? That kind of bullshit, you see. Oh, man. So I thought what I'd do is I'd record a DHBXS show. It might not be long, but just a touch base to let you guys know I'm thinking of you, I love you, I miss you, but we will be recording full shows again soon. I'm going to maybe organise a couple of gatherings here in my village, a couple of friends who are nearby, get together and do some shows recorded here, give Lurchy a wee break, because that poor man has had his home invaded on a fortnightly basis for the last while. So yeah, some more shows coming, guys. Before we go, though, I do feel, as we are, again, I complain about the change in society. I complain about the change in the way things are going. I complain about, our attitudes. And thankfully, of course, we have the hot sauce, who is our main how can I say, PC agent. He's the one who tells us what things we can say and we can't say. But I've also turned to TikTok and Instagram Reels, because I feel that, as a what they call a white cis male demon, everyone hates me because I'm white and I'm straight and I'm the worst thing in the world seemingly to everyone. That I need to learn more. I need to learn more about what's correct. And thankfully, I found somebody on TikTok called Hog Kitty 2. Now, Hog Kitty 2, I would recommend wholeheartedly that you go check out Hog Kitty 2's profile. Hog Kitty 2 is clearly, I'm going to say they, them, I imagine, I'm not too sure. In fact, no, I can't even, that is wrong, because you're not allowed even now to assume their pronouns, right? And Hog Kitty 2 will explain to you why. Right now, Hog Kitty 2 is, well, I don't want this, has maybe transition, not as pre-transition perhaps. I'm going to say male to female, but again, I'm just presuming their sexual, their gender. That is wrong of me. I know I'm the worst, but Hog Kitty 2 is sitting here in red, beautiful Dame Edna glasses. Not a face wholly designed, I would say, for a feminine look. A lot of 5 o'clock shadow there. Clearly a red wig over a pluke-covered forehead. The eyeliner and the eyebrows and the lipstick, I think have been done by a Sharpie. I'm not too sure. But it's time for us all to sit down now, guys, and take on board this lesson in pronoun use.
Hi, I'm just going to assume you don't know any better, but I'm going to educate you.
Thank God, Hawkeye. I don't know better.
Asking pronouns in 2022 now is kind of like saying the N-word.
I don't know if you caught that right. Now, this is a year ago, so saying them now in 2023 is even worse. It's like saying the N-word, but with more N's.
It's a derogatory thing now. We now go by adjectives.
So, fucking Jesus. Oh, fuck. I don't mean to laugh. I don't. I listen, I love and respect our gender fluid community. I know that we have listeners who are of that, and I love you. I do. I respect you, love you, and I will respect every pronoun or adjective that you choose for me to use for you. That's cool. But Hawkeye 2 Cries
So
on.
it's more proper to use somebody's adjectives or to ask them their adjectives. And that's okay. You know, we could all do better.
We all could do better, and that's why I'm doing this podcast right now. That's why I'm doing this XS show, because you people out there need to do better. We all need to do better as a group. The DHB, okay, right, so the DHB chat group, right, for example, I know that some people look at it and go, oh my God, what a bunch of xenophobic, horrible, meme-posting bastards, and they'd be right. But we need to learn to progress, to be better selves, and this.
Okay. And, you know, as long as you do better, that's all that matters. You know, we're all growing.
We are.
My adjectives are sexy and gorgeous.
Right. Okay. Okay. Now, right. Okay. I don't mean, fucking, I'm digging a big hole here. I don't mean to throw any shade. I don't, because you do you, boo. Absolutely, you do you. If you want to be called they, them, z's, hers, I, zam, zoo, great. I'll do that for you. I'm cool. But Hog Kitty too. I need to. Oh my God! Please go look at the profile. I cannot, in good faith, call you either sexy, or wonderful.
All growing. My adjectives are sexy and gorgeous.
I can call you neither of those, Hog Kitty. You've got more chins than a Chinese phone book. It's not a thing that.
So in a sentence, you would say, hey, that's sexy over there. Or, hey, gorgeous, come over here for a...
That doesn't work. Unless I'm speaking about my wife, I can't say this to someone. Like, if I walk down the street, Hog Kitty, and I'm with my wife, my beautiful wife, and I look and say, oh, look, they're sexy over there, then she carries a blade. She claims she doesn't, but I'm sure she carries a blade because she's evil, right? She'll go through my carotid artery in a heartbeat if I call anybody sexy on the street.
Minute. So those are my preferred adjectives. Thanks for asking.
No, nobody asked. Hi. Nobody asked. Nobody. Oh, for fuck's sake. If I had hair, I'd be fucking pulling it out right now. This is... Okay, right. So moving on. Again, we are all learning. We are continuing to learn. We are nothing but we are learning. Now, I am going to play a clip that I found online. This is a guy who, now, do you know how, right, every town in the UK, possibly every town in the States, you'll know a guy in that town who back in the 90s saw Mike Tyson tattoo his face and thought, oh, hey, listen, that's the shit for me. That kind of tribal looking shit over my face, people will fear and respect me. I'm doing that. Now, you can't tell me that's not, you don't know at least one person who's done this. Now, this guy I found online, he's done this, but he looks like he's not. Now, you'd expect someone with those tattoos to back it up with some kind of physical build. This guy looks like he regularly digs through dumpsters and trash cans to feed himself. He wears big, thick glasses. His hair hasn't seen a comb for about fucking 2 years. But he has got a unique way of taking care of himself. Now, he seemingly likes to dry and then grate down and then snort his own shit.
And so I literally inject my poop into my veins to get high.
Right, okay. I have no idea how in the earth... Now, I'm just fucking... now, I'm a large man, right? I'm a large man, a very handsome man, but a large man. And I take in a lot of protein because, I try and lift heavy things at the gym. Taking a load of protein in means... that you eject waste, that you have to open a window and you're probably tears in your eyes, and you have to warn the family to stay clear for 45 minutes. Now, to then take that feces out the pan and turn it into like a injectable form to get yourself high?
It's called intravenous. But I also chop up the poop into little poopalets. And then I snort a line and that is called intranasal.
Intranasal. So, did you know, folks, that your jobbies, you'd try that shit out, literally, and you chop it up and snort it, you're going to be high as a kite.
And then I also roll a poop cigarette.
And
pooperette.
A pooperette. Now, can you imagine standing beside this guy at the back of a Weatherspoons while he's having a pooperette? Fucking hell.
I smoke that pooperette. That's called intralungular.
Intralungular. Jesus, what? Oh, we're all doomed. We're all doomed. You've got a whistleblower in the US Congress just come out saying to the world, hey, listen, the US government has been hiding the fact that we've not only been visited by, but we've been in communication with alien species, allegedly. And they arrive here to test, of course, how intelligent we are, to see, if we're on a high level. And you've got a man here who's taking interlungular shit.
By me and nobody else. Intralungular is not a joke because here we are discussing ways to consume poop.
Why do we need to consume poop? There are perfectly other good ways of getting high or getting a buzz. Go and have a wee whiskey. I enjoy a wee single malt myself. Maybe go have a beer. Maybe go and get a wee bit of the old wacky backy, the marijuana. I don't know the cool vernacular kids anymore. I'm old. But I do know that drying your own shit and drying your own shit and smoking it, or injecting it into your bloody veins, I don't get the hit.
And one way is just smearing it on all your skin. There are some people that might suggest that's bad.
I have a long and checkered career working as a door steward in the nightclub industry. Now I did spend upwards of 25, 26 years as a club bouncer, and I've seen people smeared in their own jobbies, probably with mental issues. I'm not saying this gentleman has, but I've seen people. If you look at TikTok, he is at Tattoo Tomorrow, I believe his username is. I've met some people who've done this themselves, but in no way have they seemed high. They've just seemed fucking crazy.
That's weird. That's inappropriate. That's private at best. That's criminal at worst. And those people are invited to witness our man-holding toilets. On the floor above me, there is a toilet, and beneath it is a chute. And I get to sit...
Don't.
In the chute.
He's mimicking sitting in the chute with his head up in this, faced up the way, with his mouth wide open. This is... Do you know what?
Just plain.
Do you know, the more I see the film The Purge, the more I think, you know what, that's maybe not a fucking bad idea.
Poodle-a-poop, diddle-a-poodle-a-poodle-a-poop.
Poodle-a-poop.
Poodle-a-poodle-a-poop.
Poodle-a-poop.
A poodle that poops is a poodle-a-poop. A puddle-a-poop is a poodle-a-puddle, a poop-a-pupulus.
He's clearly high as tits on his own shit.
A pupulus is a little dog poop. Yes, it's important to accept other mammals' poop.
Oh, God.
Kangaroo.
Not only this man's going outside, ladies and gentlemen, this man's going outside, scooping up dog shit and cooking it, and then, cooking it, drying it out, and then either smearing it on his body or smoking it. Kangaroos, of course, are famously known for their toxic properties of their poopies.
Is kangaroo poop. Mosquito loop is a mosquito poop loop.
He's out his box.
Because mosquitoes can suck the blood out of your poo, because E-Coli is a mammal now.
What? Fucking what? Okay, right. E-Coli is a mammal. Okay, E. coli, the of course the flesh-eating is E. coli, the flesh-eating bacteria has gained some kind of sentience and now is classified as a mammal, according to this wonderful gentleman.
And
okay, dramatic pause. He's rolling a cigarette, probably full of shit. He's zoned out. He's still there. He's smirking. He's definitely.
she wants to hire a hitman.
What?
Talk about it. Talk about how to hire a hitman.
What has that got to do with you injecting kangaroo shit?
Like, honestly, that's kind of it. Like, I've been really busy.
What? He's watching like
She's being visually harassed by a stranger. And so I am...
Republicans have this endless amount of content that they're churning out that's just this anti-trans nonsense. And it's something about trans people. We have this magic...
He's watching like, wow. He's zoned right the fuck out there at the end. He's watching some kind of anti-trans kind of videos. I couldn't see it off screen, but he's zoned right the fuck out there. But I know, listen, we've all in our younger days, and I'm sure you have too, I have certainly experimented with different drugs. You know, you've tried different things. Like I briefly tried marijuana, didn't like it made me feel a bit sick. I briefly tried, what else did I try as well too? I tried cocaine, and I sat in a cinema theatre thinking I was Superman, and then realised that was not for me, and then I've tried, what else have I tried? I think that's been it. I tried speed. I tried speed for a while because I had a colleague who was into speed, and so tried that for a while, but it just made me like chew my face off and eat crisps and like worry about my shrunken genitals. So I didn't really, my penis disappeared too, which wasn't good. So I tried that, didn't really enjoy it. Mushrooms, of course, if you've heard the show for many years, you've all heard the tales of myself and the phrase and our journeys in the world of mushroom taking. You know, some of the shit that went down with that was ridiculous, but I'm off it. Right? So I'm an old man now. I'm too scared by drug use. I think did I try ecstasy once? I think that was back when it was like, it was cool and the shaman were playing and you were like, oh, these are good. I'll try one of them. And I was very happy for a while and then I was sad. So I never went near them again. So yeah, I'm just not really a drug person, to be fair. I do have like, don't tell the rubes, right? This is between me and you, right? This is completely secret. But Lurchy gave me a marijuana chocolate. Is that what it's called? It looks like a small starfish. I've got it hidden in my garage. It's been there for about nearly a year now, and I haven't touched it because I'm scared. It's sitting in a wee bag on a shelf away from the kids where they can't even reach it. And I don't know what it'll do to me, right? I'm tempted to try it, see what happens. It might mellow me out. I might see pigeons with fucking daggers. Who knows? But I think I'm too old now and too scared to try any kind of like illicit drug whatsoever. Which, you know, because I don't need anything that's going to make me more stupid. I feel more stupid these days. I feel more anxious because I'm getting old. I've got kids and stuff to worry about. I've got bills to worry about. I've got family to worry about. I don't need more shit to make me feel worse. Because some people get like super anxious. For example, right? Let me play this clip. This is a clip of a guy and a girl in a car. And the girl is recording in selfie mode. The guy's in the driver's seat. And this is what's been said.
Just went to Subway. Got a 6-inch. You know what else is 6 inches?
Right, so if you missed that, she's filming herself. She's going to Subway. She's picked up a 6-inch. And then she said, do you know what else is 6 inches? And she scanned the camera back to the boyfriend. My microphone stand's going fucking mental here. 2 seconds. Scan the microphone back to the boyfriend. Right, he's... Oh, shit. Hold on. Oh, I'm dropping shit. I'm wrecking place. This is not good. This microphone stand's a fucking bullshit. See, I've left the good stands at Lurch's house. I've got the shit stand here that fucking falls apart. Okay, so she has scanned the camera to the boyfriend. Dick. You know I'm fucking... So...
Inches?
She's scan the camera, but he is sitting with his head in his hands, and this is how he reacts.
Not his dick.
You know I'm fucking insecure! Why the fuck do you tell everyone? They don't need to fucking know!
Jesus.
Fuck, you always piss me off, always on my fucking day off! You fucking
Holy
Just went to Subway.
fucking hell. Right, listen, you younger folk, right, younger folk especially, don't panic about having small dicks. We've all got small dicks, apart from the very blessed few who are gifted like fucking horses. Those ones who look like they're carrying marrows in their pants. Listen, those things, right, women say, oh yeah, I totally want, a big old toodle. They don't, because when they get, I used to work with a man called Bassi in Cana. Now, Bassi was a large Nigerian gentleman, very, very black. Like, he was proper, like almost blue, because he was so black. Beautiful man, right? Wonderful man, but he had a thing on him that would terrify you, seemingly. I knew several women who'd been with Bassi, who'd then gone on to say that they had never experienced pain as such in their life than accepting his behemoth dongalong, right? So if you have like even a reasonable Johnson, you can make up for the downfalls with other things, Don't panic about getting the world telling you that you've got a small dingaling. Women will say that, especially if you leave them, will say you've got a small dingaling just to make you feel like a cunt, right? Make you feel lesser than a man. Don't fucking fall for it. You're a prince. You're a king amongst men. Don't fall for that degrading shit. Who cares about your size? You might have a micro penis. Who cares? You're still a fucking king amongst men. Don't bow to this shit, right? What am I even saying? Okay, on to the next clip.
People literally come up to me every single day and they say, but how do you know we're in a simulation? I'll tell you. Cars and buses.
Right, listen to this, because this is some Matrix level shit. Right, cars and buses.
You're telling me that a bus that can seat two people and two people, have an aisle running down the middle and a stairwell going up the top, fits in the same lane as my tiny car, that I can touch the other side of the door if I wanted to?
This is a good damn point.
That's just good coding by the simulation. That's how I know. That's all the proof that you need. Cars and buses.
I have genuinely thought about this before, right? I don't think we're in some kind of fucking red pill, blue pill, Matrix type situation. But you're like, how the fuck do I squeeze through certain roads in my car, which I've got a Ford Focus that's a bucket of shit. I can touch the opposite door. If you're driving and someone's in your passenger seat, their legs hitting your fucking gear stick when you're moving. Yet, I can go on a bus with space for two seats, a fucking aisle, and two more seats, and we're on the same bit of road, and we're still squeezing through that road. What in the fuck is going on? That is ridiculous. No, I'm not saying fuck all. I'm not saying we're plugged into some giant batteries by machines with like spikes in the back of our head to drain off the energy, that we can learn kung fu with a fucking simple keyboard command. No, I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is fucking buses and cars. What is that about? Also, what I'm saying is, why do we need more than like fucking 2 languages? This lady here.
Did you know that there are over 5 languages in this world? We don't need all.
There are over 5 languages in this world, people. Did you sit down? I know that you're shocked. I'm shocked. Sit your ass down and listen to what's being said here.
All these languages, people.
We don't need them.
Need no British language or Canadian language.
We don't need no British language. British is the worst language. It's all kind of like, I might, and apples and pears and shit. British language is the worst. And Canadian language is all A's and what about A?
Or Hawaiian language or Alaskan language. We need just American, okay? Just.
She's got a good point, because Americans, as we all know, are very, very well-spoken and very cohesive and very coherent. They don't do any shit wrong. They are the best.
American language. Nothing more, nothing less, just American. You wanna know why? Because the letters are pretty. They're cute, pretty letters. Like,
She's got a point. They do have cute, pretty letters in America. Here in the UK, like I'm in Scotland here, and the letters are shit. You know, A, B, C, D. It's pretty shit. But in America, the man, it's beautiful letters.
you can't get letters, like, prettier in the world, okay? So, as the president of the world, kid president of the world, and the queen of everything,
The queen of everything. That's me, actually. In fact, no, that's hot sauce.
I am now going to officially cut the dookie with the other languages. We don't need them.
Now, I'm sorry, I'm not very good at the Americanish language, but when you say cut the dookie, I'm assuming what you're hacking up a shit, because there's a guy again I can pass you on to who we've previously spoken to about, and, he's an expert at that kind of bullshit.
You want to know what I found out? Most of England speaks Americanish, but they just have an accent. Americans, we don't have any accents because we are the future of the world.
Americans don't have accents, you know? Can't you see I'm walking here?
So if you can't understand this video, you need to learn Americanish. You need to learn Americanish. Bye.
She's got the proper crazy eyes on there, by the way. Do you know when you see like foreign tourists or British tourists, the ones in the generic kind of white tank tops or vests, and they've got maybe like a Union Jack tattoo on their arm, shaved head, of course, because that's a generic uniform, going into like a foreign restaurant, and the belief is it's that if you speak slowly and clearly enough, they will understand what you say. Do you sell chips? What about sauce? Is it Heinz? Fucking. Oh, folks, listen, I'm going to scoot off here. It's getting late here. I'm sitting in my garage, goddammit, like quarter to fucking 11 o'clock at night, just to speak to your good selves and catch up with you. Love you all very dearly. Listen, by the way, I do apologise again for the lack of DHB shows. I will rectify that shortly, just because, of course, we've all been busy with the old summer holidays. I hope you're all beautiful. I hope you all take care. Good night, God bless. I'm fantastic.